What is Corbeau Papier? Corbeau Papier is my short film. I'm shooting on the weekend of the solstice. At least it's penciled in. I gotta wait for confirmation. Now, what is a corbeau papier? A corbeau papier in English is a paper crow. So then why paper crow? There's a paper crow in the movie and he talks. I think that's kind of what you need to know about that without spoilers. Let me just give you a quick sort of idea of the plot, right? So, four friends reunite in the ravine to take magic mushrooms. As their interpersonal dynamics come to a head, the Corbeau Papier manipulates them to be at each other's throats. Now, that's putting it very simply, but the true sort of depth and all of that good stuff, I'm not going to be able to explain with my words, so you'll just have to wait and watch it when it comes out. So, speaking of that, actually, here is my sort of idea for how to release this thing, distribute it, and market it even. Because the film is political, not overtly, but it definitely is, and there's a lot of context to the story. The thing is, though, that context is not necessarily needed on a viewing. I'm sure once I have sort of that full cut, it could be a lot more efficient and a lot more engaging. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to put out two different cuts. One of them will be, I guess, the abridged or like just the more narrative cut, and that's going to go on YouTube for free for anyone to watch. Now, the other cut is going to be what I'm calling the context cut, and that's like the full thing with all of the context and the politics and all of that stuff. I think to me, obviously, that will be the true version. That's the true story. That's the one you should watch. That's the one I'm hoping you want to watch. And that's the one I'm going to submit to film festivals. So here's a main thing with this strategy that I need to actually double check. I'm waiting to hear back from a couple people. But for a lot of film festivals, it has to be a premiere, like an exclusive premiere in that city. So, for example, Edmonton, where I'm from, the Edmonton Film Festival requires your short film to basically be screened in the city for the first time at their festival. So I'm going to do a private screening for friends and family, of course. And so that's not going to count because it's not public. But obviously, like, the whole release thing also means it can't just be online for anyone to watch. So that's where the strategy kind of hits a lot of different axes for me, because I'm able to kind of put something out for the YouTube audience that I'm hoping is going to be there. We'll see. And then I'll have the context cut, and then festivals, and I'll kind of be releasing like, okay, I'm in this festival, so if you're in this city, this is where the show times are, all of that stuff. I'll try to amalgamate all of that, make it accessible, easy to find. And then once it's kind of gone through the ringer of festivals, I'll just put it out basically behind a paywall. You pay a few bucks, you can watch the full thing. Like if you watch the one on YouTube and you didn't get to go see it in person, then that's going to be the option. The way I'm approaching this, like, I feel as if it's something I would be kind of engaging with if it was someone else's short film, if I was watching on YouTube, whatever, that I could engage with that person's work in those different ways. I think it'd be interesting. So I'm going to try it out. So where am I at so far? Script is written. We're casted. Location is scouted. What's missing now is essentially the boring prep stuff. So I got to get my shot list together. Props, scheduling the day. I'm acting in it, so I also need an AD. I do have someone in mind. And I mean, honestly, the biggest thing for me to make sure that I'm ready is going to be on the acting side, because I think directing, obviously I need to be prepped. Like I'm going to make sure that I'm prepped for anything that can happen. But, you kind of get on set, and at least me, I like to give myself room to improvise. I think I found a lot of good shots in the moment. Acting wise, I need to make sure I'm fully prepared, because if I'm jumping in front and behind the camera, I'm gonna have to be able to switch in those modes in my brain, switch hats very quickly, because like I said, we're shooting over 2 days. It's like a 16 page script. Yeah, we're gonna have to be efficient. Hence why we're doing rehearsals as well. Another part of the rehearsals for me is, well, first of all, the movie is in French. I am Francophone. I live in Edmonton, Alberta. We have a big Francophone community here. And the thing is, writing in French is interesting for me because I've done the majority of my French writing in an academic sense, just at school growing up. And I found writing this thing that my dialogue is shit ass in French. It's really not great, which is whatever, right? I think So the rehearsal is going to be the place to refine that and to let people, let the other actors find their voice and convey the information they need to convey, but obviously finding a way that they can deliver those lines that's going to be comfortable, that's going to feel right for them and for the character. For equipment, the only thing I'm really missing is a boom mic, boom pole, so I'm just going to rent those. I own my camera. It's going to be minimal lighting because we're in the ravine. It's going to be day. It's going to be nice, soft lighting. Natural light. How beautiful. Thinking about it now, I've done myself a huge service in terms of practice shooting in the ravine. And just the way that I film things in general, and then the way that I color grade especially, is very complementary to that. The way I edit is very complementary to that. So that's not stuff I need to worry about on set, which is really nice. It gives me a lot more room to try to make the film actually good and make it work. And then a big prep thing that I gotta make sure is dialed in is for the VFX. So the Corbeau Papier, the paper crow, is going to be built in real life to scale. It's going to be cardboard and then paper feathers. And I'm going to take it, I'm going to 3D scan it, and I'm going to replicate it in 3D. That way I can animate it, relight and everything to make it integrate into the scene. I know I have the skills, like I have the knowledge how to do this. But with VFX, I mean, the biggest enemy is time and prep. Like, you got to make sure you get everything you need on set because obviously you can't go back. So I just got to be diligent with that. But I want to just pull back a bit today because I told myself I was going to put out a video every week on YouTube. I think I'm like a couple weeks late for this one, which is fine. I've been busy. But I'm just going to talk. I got some things I wrote down, just little prompts. And we're going to discuss so you kind of get to know me. First thing I wrote here is, why filmmaking? If I think about my childhood and all of the things I did for fun growing up, it makes a lot of sense why I ended up here. I was doing stop motion with my Lego for a long time, shooting little movies with my cousins, just iMovie edit on the iPad and everything. But I always locked the fuck in for those school projects where it's a video. I'm locked in. I'm taking it really, really serious. And then I started learning Blender when I was 13 because I wanted to be able to like have that sort of creative freedom and storytelling. And it's paid off a lot because it made me realize VFX are doable. First of all, if you learn the fundamentals, it allowed me to find my actual skill set and to not assume what I can or cannot pull off in post. For the most part, obviously, I try to be ambitious with what I'm trying to do, but it helped me realize that filmmaking is the way to go for me because you can capture a beautiful image, a naturalistic image, a real image in camera easier than it is to make that in 3D. And so 3D has become the tool rather than the medium in my storytelling. But ultimately, I think the thing that I've realized the older that I get, granted I'm 20, I'm turning 21 this summer. A lot of my family are artists, so it was never out of the question to kind of follow that. And I realized that my sort of artistic medium, the one I prefer, the one that I'm pursuing, is filmmaking, because to me it's the closest approximation to how I think. I think it's the easiest way for me to kind of convey emotions and my vision, which brings me to the next thing that I wrote: vision or madness. Yeah, for me, the sort of combination audio visual, it's an efficient way to convey information and emotion especially. And because of that, I think I always joke that like there's definitely something wrong with me. I think it's probably true, but like that's true for everyone. With me specifically, I think I see a lot. I watch the world. I'm very observant. In some things I'm very, very oblivious. It's more of a matter of what I'm more inclined to pay attention to, I guess. And I'm a very opinionated political person. If you know me in real life, you know I talk a lot. You get me in the right subject, you get me in the right mood, I'm gonna talk. I'm not gonna stop. About politics, about art, about anything, basically soccer especially. And the more I talk, the more I realize I can't express the depth and the breadth of what I'm trying to convey through words alone. And words are essential. They're the base of a lot of our communication. And I think I'm good with words, but for me, the final form is audio video. And because for me, it's not about being right. Well, it depends. I'm very competitive as well, so sometimes it is about being right. Like, for example, with Corbeau Papier, with this short film, I'm not trying to prove a point to anyone. I'm more so, I'm trying to help people see the world through my eyes, see it how I see it. I mean, it's like the Van Gogh thing. I watched that movie the other day. It's beautiful with Willem Dafoe, and in it he says, "I will help my brothers see what I see," and that really resonated with me because that's what it is. That's what it is. It's simple as that. I need to put this out. I need to make things. I need to make films and express these ideas because otherwise I will go crazy, just like the boy Van Gogh. Well, hopefully not. But at the base of it, I want to help people see what I see. And I'm very excited for people that I know, for people that I'm close to see this because I think it'll probably make sense. It might make something click or it might just help them understand me better. I don't know. And the thing that's cool is that I've friendships with some people where we're sort of on the same baseline and we really understand each other. We really get it on multiple levels. And those people, I have a specific like few people in mind who I know when they will watch it, they will get it. And I can't wait. I can't wait, bro. It's gonna be awesome. Well, that's a 21-minute recording, so I'm gonna leave it there. I don't know what the final video is gonna be, but thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next week. Hashtag Corbeau Papier. Hashtag Corbeau Papier. Hashtag Corbeau Papier. Run it, run it, run it. Go follow me on Instagram at fgagnon.design. Same as the channel.